G'day traders, we're going to wrap up of Friday the 27th of July. So here we are on the daily chart and we're really getting some momentum to the upside. We've now broken up above this resistance area, so we're making, hitting territory that we haven't hit since the beginning of May. So certainly significant as far as the buyers are concerned. They're heading back up now towards these high points up here, and these points up here are basically the highs for not only this year but for about the last 3 or so years. So really significant areas. This market's definitely on a roll up to the upside, and what tends to happen as they get higher and higher, people reluctant to keep on buying in, and what happens is that the market starts to slow down a little bit and becomes quite flat, and you just then wait for some sort of sell-off to get more action. But that's normal for markets. So here we are. We pushed up, pretty much the one trend for the whole day. What I've been finding lately on Fridays, there tends to be just one directional days. Not every Friday, but you don't see the real multiple trends and directions like you'd see, especially in the middle of the week. And I'm not sure why that is. Maybe the lack of traders, and as traders finish up for the weekend, the price just kind of continues with the current direction. But that seems to be the trend of Fridays for like the last couple of weeks. So I start off with the market really kind of bounced around this area here. It looked like it wanted to head down, looked like it wanted to head up. There's something around this area here. If we get down and come back and then sort of hit some sort of resistance and push down lower again, you expect it maybe to push down a little bit because the pre-market was really quite extended. So, and overall the market's quite extended, and at some stage expecting maybe a little bit of a pullback. I thought that might happen just at the beginning, maybe come down and bounce off some support levels down around the 50s and then go higher. But the way it panned out is it just kept on heading up for the morning and pretty much for the whole day. You can see with these uptrends that pretty much that there's a pullback there. It's a very shallow pullback, so it's not coming back to get enough to get any sort of pullback trades. Just really having to look at areas to potentially go at breaking the highs. But not everyone likes to approach the market that way. It depends. If you've got a systematic way to approach the market, breaking high or low areas, they're fantastic value in those sort of areas. And again, the market's popped up here, gone higher. It's a very shallow pullback. This is a real unexpected movement. Must be something to do with news. But Friday afternoon to see something like that, it's certainly not because of volume in the markets. It's the lack of volume in the markets, and all of a sudden some sort of big news coming out, and as a result, the market can really chew through the contracts really quickly, and that finished off quite a volatile finish to the week. Look at it on the 1 minute chart. So here we go. Here bouncing, we sort of came up, hit resistance, come down like this. It's an area that looked like it really had some potential. If it started getting back underneath this sort of yesterday's high area, would have expected to go lower, but in the end it's found some support and then it's pushed up higher. Around this area here, just it looked like it wanted to go higher. That basing that on what the other indices and what the overall market was doing. So they came through some area here, and just they're finding some really good support. The price kept dealing around and looking like it wants to go higher, and also the other market, especially the Russell, all through this area here was well and truly past its high. So the ES sitting under its highs here, the Russell's already broken it. So what happens there? The Russell will normally lead the other markets and drag the other markets with it, and that's exactly what happened. We then had this little bit of a sideways period through lunchtime, not a lot happening there, and then we had that really aggressive push up, which would have been some sort of a news announcement, and on low contracts being Friday afternoon or low volume, it's really motored through the market, and then that volatile finished the afternoon. So all in all, just a one directional market. Like I said, we've pushed above that significant resistance area, making highs we haven't been for multiple months, and potentially heading to yearly highs as well. So that's a wrap up Friday, and we'll speak to you guys next week.